Yeah, sure, Monty. What's the first thing that pops in your head when you think of a F3 derby?
Passion. Obviously a fantastic game for the fans. Obviously the Jets fans and the Mariners fans. But yeah, really big game in the calendar when the schedule comes out. It's probably the first game that the fans look for. So yeah, it's a big game, and yeah, we got 2 to go. So looking forward to this one on Saturday.
I saw a stat yesterday. It's 18 wins Mariners, 18 wins Jets, and 18 draws. So everything's 18. But do you think it's the best derby in Australian football?
Oh, look, I think you can't take anything away from the Sydney Derby and the Melbourne Derby. They're massive. They get big crowds. But for us, it's a short drive down the freeway, and yeah, for us it's a big derby, and it's always one I enjoy playing in as a player, and I know the fans enjoy it as well. So I think they've all got their own little bit of spice to it. But for us, it's a game that we always enjoy.
Bit more spice to it maybe this week, Nick, with you've got finals hopes on the line, you've hit a bit of form. Playing a derby at this time of year when there's so much at stake, does it add a bit more to it? Is already a pretty fiery and as you say, passionate clash?
Yeah, look, it's a game. At the end of the day, it's a derby, but there's 3 points on the line every week. It's a little bit strange that we're playing them twice away from home before we play them at home. And that's one thing that seems a little bit weird. But it is what it is. That's what the schedule says. And yeah, obviously the schedule's been difficult for everybody, but now it's a backlog of games, and we've got a couple of games to catch up on, and this being one of them. So definitely looking forward to this one.
How do you balance the mentality in the team, Nick? Because you lost a game by quite a margin a few weeks ago. Then you've played well though, and now you've come back with a big win. How do you keep them kind of on that even keel?
Just carry on doing what we're doing. I think you look at the last 10 results. I think one defeat in 10. Probably the best run the club's been on in since 2011, I think someone said, and away win, we've had the biggest away win, the biggest home win, and we've lost a game against Sydney where, if you look at the stats, we were unfortunate, and that game could have finished 5-5, 6-5. We couldn't score on the night, and everything they hit went in. So I think most teams have had one of them little blips throughout the season, and that was ours. But look, we dusted ourselves down when we look back on the game. The stats and everything were in our favour, but Sydney on the night were clinical, and you got the striker like the Fondra on the night who, I think he's been waiting all season for that form, and he definitely found it on that night, and that's why he's one of the best strikers in the league. So again, it's a game to game. There's always 3 points at stake. We knocked that one on the head straight after, and we moved forward, and I think everyone saw the character in the Wanderers game to come back from 2-0 down with 10 men. A crazy sending off again on the back end of what I felt was a harsh VAR decision, but I think everyone saw in that game the character, the team spirit, and everything that they've seen numerous times this season. And then to go to Wellington where everything was against us again, the travel, the fans, everything that came with it, and to come out like we did, with a good win, and I thought a really professional performance after weathering a storm for 20 minutes. I thought after 20 minutes we were very, very good and professional. We defended real resolute throughout the contest, and to come away with a clean sheet was good as well. But again, 4 games to go now. We just keep looking forward.
And are you proud? I know you're just outside the top 6, but are you proud of the way your team's playing and been going about it all season? It's kind of all action football. It's fun to watch.
Super proud of them every day. We've got the youngest squad in the league, I think. With 7 games to go, we're the first A-League team to give 100 appearances to under 23 players. We got to a FFA Cup final, with 15 MPL boys playing in that cup run. So yeah, I'm super proud of the boys every day, and again, a lot of the young boys on the weekends, the first time they've even been overseas to play a game. Going to Wellington. So yeah, like I said, it's these boys are I'm really proud of them every day, and just keep pushing. And 4 games to go. We've got a couple of games in hand on a few teams above us, but I've said it numerous times. It doesn't matter if you've got a game in hand unless you win it. It doesn't mean anything. So we got 4 games to go, and we'll go out to win every game. That's the way that we play. We play to win every game, and that's the way that I want to play.
Does Lewis come straight back in, Nick, after that unfortunate red?
Well, look, I'll always pick a team which I feel is going to go out there and win the game. You know, Lewis got sent off. Stormy came in on the weekend, did really well, and he's given me a headache. So that's a headache you want as a coach. So yeah, I will train today, and then I'll decide on the team from what I feel, and yeah, I know whatever team we'll put out, we'll have the team and subs on the bench that can make an impact, and yeah, we'll go full of confidence tomorrow. Go there to try and win the game.
How has everyone pulled up? I know it's a bit of a longer break, but you've done the big back-to-back trips and the New Zealand trip as well. Is everyone right to go, I guess? Yeah, everybody's fighting to play. You know, this end of the season, everyone wants to be in the team, and long travel back from New Zealand. We had to fly straight to Auckland from Wellington, then a couple of hours sleep and get up the next morning and fly back to Sydney, and then the bus drive back. So yeah, we had a tough couple of days, but we've recovered well. We trained yesterday, a good session, and then we'll train again today and be prepared for the game. You mentioned Storm. We obviously had him on the call just before. You've had so many young players, like obviously guys like Farrell, guys like Miller. What does it do having someone who's got a fair bit of A-League experience, who can not just come in and play that role and compete for a spot, but just those extra games and maturity and experience in this squad?
Yeah, look, Stormy's got good experience in the A-League. He's been through highs and lows in his career, success and failure as well. You know, which is normal for a footballer. But he came in and he's a top lad. You know, he's probably been disappointed not playing that much this season due to Lewis's form. But that's football. You know, Lewis came in and he respected that Lewis was going well, and Lewis has been pushing him as well. So the fact that you can rely on someone like Stormy when you go to New Zealand, you know, that stadium, he's played there many times, and I thought he was outstanding against Wellington.
Just on the Jets.
Nick, you mentioned.
Sorry, you go, Vince. All good.
No, you're right.
Just on the Jets quickly, Nick, obviously they're coming off a defeat, but we know what they can create in terms of attacking players and attacking weapons. What do you have to be wary of and get right? We saw the Wanderers really, I think Bench said before, quieten down Daniel Pena, for example.
Look, he's without doubt one of the best players in the league. You have to see his statistics on his goals and assists. So yeah, he's a dangerous player. Mikkel Tads is a good player. We know the way they play. So look, we prepare every game. We have a game plan, and yeah, but we always go out to try and win the game. So we try not to worry about the opposition too much. But of course, you have to be aware of players like that. And attacking wise, they do commit bodies forward. So we have to be disciplined, and I think that's one thing we've been really good at. And I thought in Wellington we were very disciplined throughout the game. So yeah, it's you always look at the opposition. They recruited well. They spent a lot of money in the off season and brought in some good players. So yeah, you have to be aware of good players, because they're the players that if you give them time and space, they'll punish you. So yeah, of course, like every week we'll identify who we think are the real dangers. But as a team, yeah, like everyone, if you give them time and space on the ball, they're dangerous. So it's a derby, and no doubt it's going to be a frantic game and a good game for everybody to watch and play.
Nick, you were talking about young players before. Garen Quiles, obviously, one of them, I think he's 17, right? But he's seemed to make a difference every time he's come on, and he's got the name, he's got the skills by the look of it. Can we expect to see more and more of him in the run towards the finals, or just game by game basis?
Definitely. Look, again, it's no secret about Garang anymore. I think he was a player that I brought into the club, and him and his brother is very different to Alo. He's 1v1 he's excellent, and look, people have seen he's come off the bench, he scored, he's assisted, but he had a knee injury which set him back for 6 weeks. So he's just getting fit now, and yeah, he's pushing to start as well. So unfortunately for him, he had the injury, but I think every time he comes on, he makes an impact. He's got a lot to learn. He has to work harder defensively, but attacking wise, he's very, very, very dangerous. And again, he's a player that you just want to give him the ball in that final third and just give him license to go at defenders, because when he does, he's very, very hard to contain. But like I said, he's not fit at the minute. I think he's gone from 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and yeah, we just got to build him up, and yeah, hopefully we've got a few more games to go, and he's fighting the same as everybody else to get in the team.
Yeah, it's quite a strike force you've got, isn't it? Because, Benny Ancololo, I bet you're glad you signed him. Like no one had ever heard of him, and he's in quite the purple patch.
Yeah, of course, we signed Benny when we did our recruitment. Everyone knows when you're recruiting, you look at the budget you've got and the players that you can get. And look, Benny was a player that we, that we followed, we looked at, and yeah, when we brought him in, people questioning the play from League 3, but again, for me, that's people that don't understand football, because you look at players like Kante that came from France in League 3. It's one of the best development leagues in the world. Benny's 24 years old, and I think people can see now, again, recruitment is key, and that's something that I pride myself on as a coach, and making sure that I bring in the right players and the right characters. And yeah, Benny's been phenomenal. I think his goals already, his work rate, the way that he plays for the team, and of course it took him a little bit of time to adapt, same as most visa players, but this season more than ever with COVID and the breaks and everything that came with it, it was difficult for everybody. But yeah, Benny's really pushing now, and he's got a lot more improvement to make. So in terms of the strike force, at the start of the year we lost Matty Simon due to injury. Luke Wall moved on, that's two of the top goal scorers. We had Maresh and Marcos, and then we brought Jason in, so we weren't healthy in that front at the start of the year, but bringing Jason in and now Garen getting fit, and obviously Benny and Hatchie and these boys all making impacts for us. We've got a healthy squad at the minute, and everyone pushing each other to play.